Good evening, everyone in India. Thank you so much for being present here or listening to this video whenever you log in and get an opportunity to listen to this very, very insightful video. So today we have with us Olivia. She's from Rowan University and she's an international admissions counselor. So we are very, very privileged to have her here today because we are going to talk all about admission. And before we begin with our questions meant for Olivia, I'm just going to request her to introduce herself, and then we have a series of questions which are going to benefit the Indian students from an international admissions perspective. So over to Olivia.
Thank you, Shruti. Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia. I am one of the international admissions counselors here at Rowan University. I personally assist with the College of Education, or the College of Engineering. Sorry, I messed up. Should we re-record it, or does it not? Personally assist with the College of Engineering. I'm a two-time alumni from Rowan University. I completed my bachelor's degree and my master's degree here. So I understand how wonderful of an institution Rowan is, and I'm happy to, discuss it more with you all today.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. It's nice to know the many hats that you wear at the university, so it's perfectly fine. So Olivia, tell us more about the application deadlines, especially for undergrad programs. And does the university prefer students applying through Common App or through the university portal? Because, the application starting point is the most important question for any international student.
Absolutely. So our application deadline is June 2nd of 2025. So we have a little bit of time, but we do have a priority deadline for students who are interested in scholarships being March 1st. So we always encourage students, we're rolling admissions. The earlier you submit your application, the earlier you receive a decision. But again, for students that apply after March 1st, don't worry, you will still be reviewed for scholarships, just that priority deadline is March 1st. And in regards to the Common App versus the direct through Rowan University, it depends on the student's preference. Personally, I think directly through our website, we receive your application quicker, we receive all your documents quicker, and all of that, important aspects of the application process. But again, student preference, but I would encourage through our website directly.
Great. And I think that's also useful because, they go through so much of other information which is available on the website rather than going through Common App. So yeah, this is very, very useful. Do they have to create like a profile or a username on the website before they start their application?
Yeah, so it's typically linked, and we always encourage students to use, an email address that you have easy access to. So you'll create an account with your email address and password of your choice. Please don't share that password with anybody. And then from there, you'll enter your first name, last name, your address, and so on, and that'll create your account.
Okay, great. This is very helpful. Thank you. And does the university offer application fee waivers? Because again, this is a very common concept amongst Indian students, and they like to use the benefit of fee waivers. So any information on that?
Absolutely. So Rowan University does offer fee waivers for students who submit a NACCES foreign credential evaluation. But for students that may not have one or are not looking to get a NACCES foreign credential evaluation, no worries. We'll provide that for you free of charge internally, but you would be required to pay the $45 application fee.
Thank you. I think a very, very important point that the university does provide free evaluation, which is, again, not very known to most of the students. It really depends on their route of application, and at times they're unaware. So this is, I think, a very, very important piece of information. Thank you so much. The other thing I wanted to ask is the importance of highlighting extracurricular activities while completing their studies. How important is it to highlight those activities, and how does it help the evaluator on the other side when they are processing the applications from an admissions point of view? Because in India, I think this is a very common point. Everyone does a lot of extracurricular, but they don't know whether to add it or not to add it.
Absolutely. So I always tell students we review applications holistically. So we like to see you outside of just your classes, what you do for your communities, or what you do for fun. So I always encourage students to add it to their application, whether it be I mean, we don't require a resume, but if you wanted to include a resume, just so we can hear a little bit more about you. And we also don't require statements of purposes, but I know sometimes they're prompted on the Common App, which we always enjoy reading. So, and that way we can hear about, your experiences, what you're involved in, maybe a lot of these stories lead you to the degree program you're interested in. So again, highly encouraged. There's no negative impact if you don't include your extracurricular activities, but us as, admissions counselors love to hear it. So feel free to include it, but again, not a requirement.
Great. So it's like more the merrier, if you're able to include as much as you have accomplished in your class 11 and 12 or even earlier, I think that's going to be more beneficial for them.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Shruti Jadhav also has some questions. So before I pass on to her, the last thing I want to know is, does the university offer research opportunities for undergrad? It's a very common fact that at grad level, these opportunities are available, but is it available for undergrad students at Rowan University?
Absolutely. Rowan is a research institution, so there's tons of different research going on via departments, via degree programs. There's a lot of moving parts. It does vary on the degree program, of course, the amount of research-based opportunities there are. But again, once the students here connect with your international student advisor, connect with your program, connect with your friends in your classes to see what's going on around campus. And there are, research opportunities. Absolutely. Yeah, they're just not as clearly advertised as, a graduate level research position, but there is, normally, you could stay after class and work with a faculty member, or there's, certain, things where you actually leave campus and go to these opportunities with faculty members and so on. Yes, absolutely. It just depends at the, the intake and the time and the degree program.
Okay. And how soon do they apply for it? I mean, do they start immediately as soon as they come into the campus?
So it's typically, again, 1 year after you've been here, especially for our first year students. We want to make sure you're comfortable with the campus. You create these bonds with your faculty members so that they, oh, I have this research opportunity coming up, and I thought of this student, how successful they were in my class, and how comfortable they were with other students and so on. So typically I would say at least after the first semester, but truly mostly after the first year at Rowan University.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Shruti, over to you.
Thanks, Shruti Khanna. So this is a very common question. So what scholarships does Rowan University offers for international undergraduate students?
Absolutely. So Rowan University offers scholarships to undergraduate students that do not need to have a separate application. If you are admitted to our program, you are aware of that scholarship with your letter of acceptance. The scholarships do range from $1,000 to $19,000, and they're totally merit-based. So don't worry about your SATs or your extracurriculars. It's totally based off of how your accomplishments GPA-wise in your high school and or undergraduate, 12 credits or a little bit over, but not full bachelor's degree time. That's what the merit scholarship is based off of.
Okay, that sounds great. Also, what are the different on-campus and off-campus housing options for international students who just come and start studying their undergraduate degree at Rowan?
Absolutely. So at Rowan University, we strive to provide a safe, inclusive, welcoming residential spaces for all of our students. So, on Rowan's campus itself, we have Rowan Police and Security. We have a hospital on campus. We have very low crime rate where we're located in Southern New Jersey. So full-time freshman students are required to live in university housing for their first 2 years, unless they, have a parent or guardian that's within 40 miles of Rowan University. They are able to live off campus. But in most cases, for international folks, you are required to live on campus those first 2 years. And truthfully, I think it's only beneficial. You get to meet your fellow classmates. It's a great way to meet friends, to have that community at the beginning of your education journey here. So I always recommend it, even if you have family members nearby, maybe even the first year living on campus, just to connect with your fellow students. But for transfer students, that are also under the age of 21 and have fewer than 58 credits, we also require you to live on campus as well.
Yeah, agree. I've seen students who stay together become family towards the end of the second year. So what kind of
Absolutely.
yes, what kind of academic and student support services are available for international students, and how can they join those activities?
Absolutely. So here at Rowan University, we have a vast number of resources for both international students and domestic students that our international students can use as well. So all international students here at Rowan receive an academic advisor, an international student advisor, other resources, and just to name a few. This is not even scratching the surface. We have international club where you can meet students that are from your home country or from other countries that did come to Rowan University. We have cricket club, we have International Education Week, we have International New Student Orientation, which is mandatory but highly recommended as well because you get to understand Rowan's processes, meet some fellow students before your arrival here, and so on. We have writing workshops, which even myself as a domestic student utilize throughout my undergraduate and master's program, so I can't recommend it enough because sometimes when you get into the MLA, APA citations, it gets confusing for all students. So it's nice to just have someone have another second set of eyes on your papers. We have job fairs, we have trips to surrounding cities, and there's so much more. But just to scratch the surface, this is some of the offerings we have for international students.
Does Rowan University offer opportunities for internships and co-op programs?
Absolutely. So again, kind of similar to the research positions, it's typically offered for students who have at least been here a year. So we offer CPT or curricular practical training here at Rowan Universities for students that are on an F1 visa, and again, at least here for one academic year. The internship must be directly related to the student's degree program, which I'm sure in most cases students would strive for that type of internship anyway. And the job the internship must be required through the degree program. So a lot of our undergraduate degree programs understand how the importance of internships and that true, practice of what you've been studying in a real-time job or, place of business. So we do allow international students to participate in that, but again, after your first year of study.
So this is it. It was lovely speaking to you, Olivia. Thanks for all the valuable information, and I'm sure this will benefit the students a lot.
Absolutely. It's always lovely seeing both Shruti J and Shruti K. And, I look forward to working with you both more in the future. And I'm looking forward to meeting all of our new students that are hopefully coming here soon.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you so much. This is very insightful. Even though so much of information is available on the website, it's sometimes just so nice to hear from someone who's there at the university. It's a nice guiding light kind of a feeling for prospective students. So really want to thank you for the time you've given us this morning.
Absolutely. And I know Shruti J is out there and is a wealth of knowledge, but if any students have any questions in the future, you can always reach out to me via email, or we can set up a Zoom call or a WebEx call and meet. I'm always happy to chat and answer any questions. So thank you for this opportunity. It was lovely to speak with you both.
Thank you so much. We're
Thanks
really
for
hoping, that students find this helpful. Thank you.